Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be doing the Beefcake Challenge book tag. This is a really fun tag created by Al at Big Al Does BookTube 1097. I was tagged first by Debs at Reney Reads Stuff, and then I was tagged by Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads, and finally I was somewhat mentioned by Alan in his version of this tag, and that's Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics. So there are 6 prompts, so here we go. Number 1, what are the 10 biggest books on your TBR for next year? And show off those sweet titles. Well, I don't have my whole 2025 figured out yet, so I was able to come up with basically 8 big books. And if one of them works out well, then there will be 5 more in that series. But so it's either 8 books or 13 books. But I'm just going to talk about the first 8. So here we go. I had every intention of reading this book this year, and it didn't happen. So this is on my list for next year, and this is Abraham Verghese, The Covenant of Water, which is 724 pages. I also hope to read Mary Beard's Emperor of Rome. This book will fit into Robert G. Reader of Books reading event on reading about Roman emperors, and I think it will also fit Historathon, which I'm hoping to participate in this year. The Ulysses 6 has become the Brothers and Sisters Karamazov. And in February and March, we're going to be reading Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov. And, I think I forgot. The Mary Beard book is 493 pages, and The Brothers Karamazov is 900 pages. When we were reading Ulysses this summer, which was a third reread for me, I said that I didn't know that I would revisit Ulysses again, and I was pretty sure I didn't want to read Finnegan's Wake. Although I certainly have loved Portrait of the Artist and Dubliners, I thought that I would pass on Finnegan's Wake. Well, 2 members of the Ulysses 6 have now started an event. This is Roy at Roy Reads Anything and Alan at Big Hard Books and Classics, and they've created a project where they're going to be reading Finnegan's Wake. And I think I have gotten pulled in. Debs, also from the Ulysses 6, is going to be reading it as well. So Finnegan's Wake, you should never say never, because here I am. Finnegan's Wake has 628 pages. I have been enjoying my foray into science fiction over these last 2 years, and I've also been, on a quest to find science fiction written by women. And a subscriber, actually 2 subscribers, recommended Connie Willis to me, Doomsday book. This is part of a series, but again, I'm only going to talk about the first book of a series at this point. This is something that I hope to read in 2025, and this has 668 pages in it. I have been in an ongoing project for some years now. I've been reading my way through Charles Dickens, and I often find myself rereading some of my favorite Charles Dickens novels, but one I have never read, and so I've set a goal to read this in 2025, is The Pickwick Papers. And The Pickwick Papers has 751 pages. I have been reading banned books throughout 2024, and I plan to continue reading them in 2025. And one that I had hoped to read this year and didn't get to is Richard Wright's Native Son. And this has 504 pages. And now this is the one that's part of a 6-book series. Greg at Another Bibliophile Reads has started an event that's going to start in January, and it's going to go all through the year of reading Marcel Proust's In Search of Lost Time. And I have signed on to read the first volume. That I will commit to. I'm not ready until I've read this to commit beyond that. But this is the first volume, and this is Swan's Way. And this has 615 pages in it. Now, if I decide to stay and read further volumes, there are 5 more volumes, and that's going to change my total page count, which is another one of these prompts here. But I'm not, I'll give 2 different page counts. I'll give these 8 books, and then I'll give what the page count would be if I continue with this. But again, no commitments here. Okay, prompt number 2. How thick are your books? Measure them. Well, I have my trusty tape measure here, and they measure, the stack of books measures at 1 foot. It is exactly 12 inches. So it is 1 foot or 12 inches, or it is 30, almost 30 and a half centimeters, which is about right. That sounds about right. Okay. Do you think you can read them all? Flex your reading ability. Yes, I think I can read them all. I think I can read these 8. I'm not sure if I can read all 6 volumes of Marcel Proust. I don't know about that, but I think I can read these. Reading a lot of these in events, in groups, really helps. Because first of all, it's just a very engaging process to read and talk about them with other people. And I find that these reading events also, in these reading events, people really encourage one another to keep going. Okay. How many pages are they? Question number 4. How many pages are they total and average? Well, these 8 total at 5,283 pages, or 660 pages on the average per book. If I read all 6 volumes of Marcel Proust, and that's a big if, it will be 9,329 pages, or 717.6 pages on the average for 13 books. Okay. Do you even lift, bro? Lift your stack. Well, as a matter of fact, I do lift. I go to the gym 6 days a week. I lift. And I am lifting my stack. Here we go. This is my stack of 8. This is 5,283 pages. I am lifting. Okay. Here we go. Okay. That was fun. And then number 6, tag some people. If you are watching this and you would like to do this tag, please consider yourself tagged by me. In addition, I'm going to just tag a few of my BookTube friends. I'm tagging James at Quaint and Curious Volumes. I'm tagging Gavin at Genre Books. I'm tagging Nicole at Noteworthy Fiction. Melinda at A Web of Stories, Robert G at Robert G Reader of Books, Justin at Triumphal Reads, Renee at Beyond Books, and Kevin at Kevin Toll Reads. And anybody else who's watching, this was just fun. Anybody else who would like to look at some big books and count pages and lift, please consider yourself tagged. So that's the whole tag. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.